Oh god, that's some warm tea. Oh, it's really warm. Was not expecting that. As I continue to drink it. Yum. Hello and welcome back to another channel update. I am Joker Jonesy here from Let's Get Wicked, and I have lots to discuss with all of you, so let's get right into it. I guess the first big thing that we need to talk about today is the fact that we have reached 500 subscribers on this channel. Now, granted, that is just a number in the world of the internet on YouTube, but for the fact that we have just launched this channel back in January, and we already have that many of you folks wanting to follow and keep up with our content, from the podcast to the matches and all the other shenanigans that we do, it means a whole lot that you folks want to still keep watching the content. And I'm glad that all the time and effort that we put into playing these matches and recording the show really means a lot. So thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, it really does mean a lot to me that you folks want to keep watching this content. So let's talk about some other things that I want to go ahead and talk about today. I think that are really important for us to discuss, because I've had some revelations, some spiritual journeys about some of the stuff that I want to do with the channel, as well as kind of a little bit of what's to come and to expect since our last update video, since I kind of talked a little bit about the future, and I want to give you folks my honest answers to what I think is going to happen. So the first thing let's talk about is what happens when we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Now, it's no surprise, everyone in the YouTube sphere kind of knows this, that once you basically hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of watch time, your channel gets monetized. Well, believe it or not, we have definitely exceeded the hour watch time. I won't go into all the details, but we have hit that goal since late February. So you folks really like watching villainous content, which makes me happy. Now, in terms of the subscriber count, obviously there's only so many of you that want to continue to watch the content that we put out. We do put out a lot of match footage. I get it. Needs a little bit more spice. We'll get to that. But one of the things I want to say about when we hit 1,000 subscribers is that this is not me trying to make a living off of this. This is a hobby. And I realized this over time that, I'm very fortunate that I have a really decent job. It is an essential job, especially during these weird times. And I want to keep treating this as my hobby because I've actually found a lot of creative passion towards doing this. And it's something I've been struggling with for a long time because at heart, I am a very creative person. I like making games. I like building websites for fun. I like doing graphic design kind of as an art hobby, but I haven't found something that I've wanted to stick to and kind of continuously do. And this is the first thing that I'm like really all in on. And it helps. It also helps too, the fact that I get to play one of my favorite tabletop games in the process of doing it. So when we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, that monetization money is going to be going back towards you folks. Let me explain how that's going to work. So a lot of you that are on the Discord channel already know this. I've been trying to host a Disney Villainous tournament for quite some time, and we are now in the stages of trying to actually get one off the ground running. This first one that we're going to do is going to be more of a private endeavor. We will be live streaming it on Twitch. The videos of the match footage will be going up on the channel as well, so don't think that if you aren't able to participate actually playing the game, you'll still be able to see it. But I want to use that type of fund to fund back to the community and help host these types of events, especially because, recently with a lot of different folks coming out and talking about how Villainous is a very good two-player game, probably better than any other player count. I want to show this game off in the coolest way possible, and I want people to be incentivized to come and show their stuff with their villains and really show these awesome plays of these characters and actually be able to, win a cash prize with it. So the plan is that this first Villainous tournament is going to be happening in late June. And I would like to do a second one later in this year. It kind of depends on when we find out if there's going to be another Villainous expansion coming out this year. It depends on maybe if the Marvel Villainous characters can be implemented with the core Disney villain characters. We don't know that. And I want to host a second tournament, and hopefully by the end of the year, we will have reached that goal of the subscriber count, that the money that I will be able to start receiving from Google, I can actually fund back into tournaments and make the tournament prize pools a little bigger and do some other cool things with trying to fund that back into the community through a tournament scene. So that is something I wanted you all to know about, that I just want to treat this as a hobby, and anything that I get monetization value-wise, I really want to try to feed back into the community as much as possible. That also includes things like I've talked about for our community Discord, going nitro so that we can get more emotes, especially when Marvel runs around. You know, that's the type of, this money essentially will be ways to help fund the community and help give us more features to things that we already use a lot, or things that we like doing. So that's kind of like what I want to do when we get to that point. Man, I gotta take a sip of tea. Not as hot, and I just realized that dinosaur over there looks like he's dead. He's not dead, everybody. He's a stuffed animal. He's resting. Let's talk about the other elephant in the room. All that, I'm moving. By the time this video goes live, in 5 days, I'm gonna be moving to a new place. This is really important, as it's gonna allow me to actually make the content better and have some cooler new ways to deliver the content. One of the issues right now, and a lot of people don't know this, is that my computer right here is not actually hooked up to an Ethernet cable. It is actually running through Wi-Fi, and the router is all the way over there in the other room that you folks can't see. And I'm in the new place. There are 2 bedrooms, and the second bedroom is going to be dedicated to an office where all of my technology is going to exist. All my game consoles and all that stuff. It's going to be a place where the gaming tech side of everything is going to become a true hobby, and there are some things I would like to try with all that stuff in the new space. So one of the first things I want to try to do more is stream. Now, it's not going to be something that I'm going to dedicate a ton of extra time to. It's going to be something I'm trying out and just kind of seeing how many people want to jump in and chat and all that stuff. I definitely, one of the things I want to do this summer as kind of a personal creative project of mine is run through a lot of my favorite games again, and actual like video games, because I kind of want to do a definitive top 10 of my favorite video games of all time, and I need to kind of freshen up by playing all those games again and capturing some footage, and then I can kind of talk about it over a set of videos, or maybe one giant video, I don't know yet. So that's kind of my first thing I want to do when I move to the new place, is kind of figure out what that streaming schedule is going to be like. It's also going to allow me to actually make some time to try to stream this game, so I can try to find a few of you folks that want to actually stream or play with me while I want to stream Villainous, because I've seen a lot of you actually ask for that in the YouTube comments, so don't worry, I am reading them and I am listening to them. It's just more of the fact that since this game doesn't have real matchmaking, I can't just sit down and play the game when I want to and just find someone to play. I have to find specific people to play at specific times, and usually it's not necessarily weird times, but it's just times that I am not personally want to just be on stream and try to talk with the chat, because as a job where I have to be very social to begin with, talking all day and then coming home to talk more is a little draining. So it's kind of an interesting balance that I'm going to try to figure out this summer and just kind of see where it goes. If it ends up being nothing, it ends up being nothing. But just expect some more live stream stuff coming up, hopefully. It should be exciting. Now, with the move, this won't be affecting any of the content coming up in the next few weeks. Believe it or not, in a week's time, we recorded 3 different episodes of the podcast. And from a match perspective, I have matches going all the way until October right now. Literally all the way till October. For Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So next week, with me moving and all that stuff, you aren't going to see a hitch in the entire cog in the wheel, which is going to be really nice. I'm really glad. One of the things I definitely want to make sure I did with the channel was be consistent as possible, and we're hitting that. I think that's definitely helping the community watching the content grow, because when you always know that there's something coming out, you want to stay, and I'm really glad that we're hitting that. So, 2 more things I want to talk about. The first one, let's quickly talk about Marvel. Now, with Marvel Villainous, especially as I just discussed, that I have so much match footage of Disney Villainous that we're going to have enough by probably the end of the summer to go into 2021, which is insane. But when Marvel comes out, I want to balance that out. So, what may end up happening is that we might start seeing match footage maybe 5 days a week. It kind of depends. The reason why that depends is that I want to make sure Marvel is something that I actually want to play. And not to say that I am skeptical, but I want to make sure that that is a game that I want to continue putting time into. Because, as you folks know, I am a Marvel kid. I love Marvel more than just raw Disney on its own. I love Spider-Man. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the X-Men. That stuff is my lifeblood. That stuff is things that I've grown up since I was a child. I've read the comics. But the thing is, we know the game is going to be different. And if the game is different in ways that I don't enjoy, I don't want to necessarily cover that completely on the channel all the time. So I'm hoping what happens is that if I don't end up liking the game, we can at least play the villains by themselves in some shape or fashion with the original Disney cast. And that way we can do stuff like Thanos versus Maleficent or weird stuff like that. And that will just be a part of the natural content drip that comes through in the week. But when Marvel comes out, whenever we get that official date, and once we figure out how to do that online, we're gonna go through, we're gonna play a bunch of Marvel matches, we'll have our thoughts, we'll put our opinions out, we'll see how we all feel, and we'll come back and we'll evaluate at that point kind of like what will happen. Because honestly, since there's match footage up until October at Disney, you folks know I still love that game. It's just the fact that Marvel is going to be such a brand new beast in itself. It's like cracking open a new fighting game to me. When you're going from one fighting game to the next, that's what this experience is going to be like. So we're just going to kind of see, and if it becomes something I want to keep playing, I'll talk about in a future update video kind of where that fits in with the weekly content drip. As well as how we're going to balance it out with Disney, things like that. I need more tea. Believe it or not, I have a canker sore. And let me tell you, hot stuff on the canker sore, no go. But I'm still talking, and I got to talk more after I record this. So the last thing that I want to talk about is something that I want to start trying to do for Friday. And it's going to be different, but I'm excited to try it out. We'll see how it goes. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So, for those of you who do not know, there is a person called Rodney Smith. He runs the Watch It Play channel. It's a fantastic channel. It's a channel dedicated to essentially teaching you how to play all sorts of types of tabletop games. It's incredible. I've been following Rodney for years, so Rodney Smith, if you are for some reason watching this video, you're awesome. I hope to meet you one day. You're super cool. I really love your content. It's amazing. Now, what I'm stealing from you, though, is Rodney Smith actually started doing a vlogging channel that is separate from the Watch It Play channel. And what the vlogging channel is essentially vlogs. It is essentially Rodney doing his own ordeal, vlogging about his life, doing this thing, going there to this location, all that stuff. And I was watching a little bit of it recently, and it kind of got me thinking of stuff that I've always kind of wanted to do personally when I want to do a YouTube channel. And I want to kind of start trying to implement that into the content that I want to provide. So what does that mean exactly? I'm going to start doing vlogs. Starting probably next week after I move, I'll probably do a vlog about moving in and just do a quick little apartment tour, kind of see where everything is currently, because I'm not going to have all the new furniture that I want there yet, because I'm going to be getting some new stuff. But I want to start vlogging and kind of talking about some just stuff that I do on a daily basis. Now, that is a little more difficult right now because there's this thing called the coronavirus, but I think there's still a lot that I can kind of just do vlogs about that are really short, quick click, under 5-minute things that I can just show off some stuff. Show off maybe some places I go walk, maybe some places I go eat, maybe some places that I go, or just things that in the apartment that, I enjoy doing, maybe I'm having a special event, happening in the personal life and I might record it just a smidge, who the hell knows. But I wanna start doing stuff like that to kind of give you folks a little bit more personal insight about who I am as a person, because I do think that personal connection that we have from you folks, the audience, to me as the content creator is really special, and I want to start giving you folks more of an insight of my life, and so it's going to be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing more of that. So let me know in the comments this type of stuff that you want to see. You're obviously not getting my credit card number and my social security number, but I want to know stuff that you folks want to see in terms of that vlogging content. And that vlogging content is going to be something that's going to go up on Friday. Now, if it's going to go up every Friday, I don't know yet. I'm definitely going to try to at least make it either every other or every Friday. It kind of depends on how much I have to talk about or what I have to show. So we'll kind of play it by ear. But that's something I definitely wanted to do, and I think it'll be really cool for you folks to see. All right, I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about today. I need to continue packing. I also have to get some work done in the real world. So thank you all again for 500 subscribers. It's really special that we made it this far in such a short amount of time. I'm really looking forward to the future of this game. There will be other topics for future channel update type of stuff that we'll dive deeper into. There's some things, obviously, that I talked about in the last video I didn't necessarily cover here yet that I do want to talk about, but I'm going to wait. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you folks sticking around and dealing with our insanity. I'm really glad you enjoyed the content. There's so much cool stuff coming on the horizon for the channel. Some cool interviews, some cool topics, tournaments coming up. And one last thing. Just to let you folks know, we will be doing another anniversary special live show of the podcast. This is going to be on May 30th, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to join up on that, it's going to be at twitch.tv Joker_Jonesy, all lowercase letters, where we're going to do another 2-hour special of just us talking and answering your questions. Now, there's two cool things that we're going to do with that. First thing is that I want to do some real Q&A. And what I mean by that is, I know not every single one of you can join that live show. So what I want you folks to do is, in the YouTube comments of this video, post your questions you want us to answer. Now, we're not going to answer every single one of them, and we're also to the judgment of what we answer, but post them here. I want to know what you folks want to know about us, and we'll go ahead and answer those questions live on the show. Another thing that we are going to try to do on the live show is we're going to try to do live callers. Now, this first time around, I think we'll stick with people that we kind of know from the Discord server, but we're going to try to do a live calling system through our new Discord server, and just try it out. We might have some guests show up on the show. I think it'll be really cool to see who wants to talk about stuff for a few minutes while we're doing our live show. It'll be really cool. But yeah, it's gonna be a little different this time around, and plus it'll actually give you folks a good experience to actually see what my new place is gonna be like, because I'll have a new backdrop that is not my bed and is not the back where all my clothes are, and it has all this stuff all over the place while I'm trying to pack. There's so much stuff. God. But yeah, so new clean place. Hopefully the lighting's also a little better too. All right, that is it. That's all I got. Thank you so much for sticking in and watching all of this little update video. There's a lot of thoughts going through my brain right now as I'm packing for moving and just other life stuff that is just weird. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate the support that you folks have been on Discord and on YouTube and everywhere else that you folks support the content that we create. So until next time, stay wicked, everybody. I hope you're all staying safe and keep playing gold.